talk about ponies?
We want to... No, dude.
I want to talk about ponies in the pre-show today. I think that would be make for an amazing pre-show.
Okay, we'll talk about ponies. I'm guessing you want to talk about...
I'm going to talk about how Keldeo and Rarity is OTP forever.
What are these things? No.
Yes, think about it.
What's a Rarity? I want to talk about Kepler ponies because they are smart and they are strong. I'm actually talking about real ponies. I don't know what you're talking about.
Keldeo, the pony Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Keldeo.
Well, there's also Ponyta.
How can you forget Ponyta?
Ponyta is the original pony Pokemon.
Yeah, Shiny Ponyta X Keldeo. OTP 5 ever.
5 ever? This guy over here. This is the pre-show, by the way. Luckily, we didn't have like 8 pre-shows like last time.
I do actually wonder what animals are those 4 legendaries? I know Keldeo is basically a unicorn.
It's a unicorn, a bull, a goat, and a deer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good one. But dude, I was so pissed off. Like some dude, like he made this crappy picture where he like pasted the stupid deer from Pokemon X and like put like Virizion and another deer and
Stantler.
Not Stantler. He left out Stantler. I was so pissed about that. He left the stupid weather deer in there.
Oh,
Sawsbuck. Yeah, Sawsbuck.
But Sawsbuck is actually really fucking memorable.
Yeah, but
no one really remembers Stantler. Just like no one remembers that Girafarig is half normal.
Dude.
And they try to hit it with the ghost type.
Dude, don't say that. Don't say that. Everybody loves Stantler. You're going to be like, you hear from the Stantler fans.
Oh, no. I'm going to hear from all 5 of them.
I don't know. As far as normals go, I always like Tauros.
You do... Dude, there's very few Gen 2 Pokemon that have a huge fan base. I mean, I will admit that it's not Lumineon tier forgetful, but
it is pretty forgetful. I remember Sawsbuck more because Sawsbuck actually had competitive viability.
Well, dude, I swear if Michael was here, he would slap the upper living shit out your ass for saying that's...
Plus, dude, Stantler has nothing on Winter Sawsbuck.
Hey, Winter Sawsbuck. I don't know. Alright, this is the Meta Blazer World Swamp Show
broadcast. We don't know what the hell we're doing anymore,
Do we need to reset your brain again?
I don't know. This is episode 3, and today's date is January 30th, 2013. We actually forgot to do that last time. I was so pissed off. I was like,
no, we forgot to give the date.
Yeah.
Who cares about the date?
I care about the date.
We're putting it up every week. The date will become important once we start not missing. Once we start getting onto a regular schedule.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. I guess we should talk about that at the closing, but yeah. Hi, this is Anthony Castelletta. With me today is
Alex Hostetter. And we have someone better than Dan Green and better than Seth Green. Altogether, Mr. Brian Green.
Ohio!
Brian Green is a good friend of ours who goes to our school and hangs out with us.
Used to go to your school.
Yeah.
I don't go to that shithole anymore.
Yeah!
Yeah, that's what we're all supposed to be doing.
Yeah!
We say as we look out to the left.
Yeah! But, he's a good friend of ours, and he likes Pokemons, and he heard that we were doing podcasts, and he kicked down my door, and he was like, why are you fucking putting me in the podcast? I was like,
I didn't kick it down, I had to break it down with an axe.
Yeah, I know.
That's even worse.
I know, my mom's gonna be pissed when she finds that fucking door broken like that.
Don't worry, man, my stepdad's a contractor.
Oh, sweet. So you can contract me a brand new door?
Yeah.
Oh no, we gotta contract you a whole new house, man.
So this is a crap hole.
Alright, so
just like your thoughts on all the generations of Pokemon.
Hey.
About that.
Yeah,
before I go and just ream you for it, without even hearing it in the first place.
His thoughts or my thoughts?
Your thoughts.
Oh, my thoughts.
Yeah, this is all you, bro, because we've already talked about like how Gen 2 sucks and it's horrible and how we all hate it.
I thought Gen 2 was okay. It was definitely one of the bigger areas because you could go through the entire Gen 2 and then all through Gen 1 again.
Bigger areas, he says.
Dude, let
I know.
That's rude.
I know.
My favorite actually is Gen 4, but that's only because by that time there was enough fighting types that I could build an entire fighting team, which was my favorite type.
It's understandable.
Everybody loves fighting types. Actually, I think fighting type might be like my 4th favorite. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like my 3rd favorite.
3rd, 4th. I think I just don't like it just because there's no ground one yet, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're getting there. There's a rock one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terrakion. I really want to use a Terrakion on the team, but yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about Gen 4 was I didn't like the legendaries. I didn't even know what the hell they were supposed to be.
Space, time, other legends.
But that
Emotions.
was just, I thought that was stupid. It's
Yeah.
like before you had, like in Gen 2 you had a Phoenix.
Yeah, you had a Phoenix and then you had a Leviathan.
But
Yeah.
you already had Phoenix in Gen 1. I remember.
That's true.
I remember.
That's true.
I remember when I was a little kid, and Monster Rancher was out. The ultimate monster was a Phoenix, and I was like totally a Pokemon kid. So I was like, so you just need to catch a fucking Moltres? That's not that hard. Then they solve all their problems.
I never played or
the
watched
type
that.
guy is the best?
Monster Rancher was an interesting show. Not gonna lie, as a kid, I really liked the hair character, but then as I grew older, I was like, oh man, it's fucking Golem, man. He's a fucking bro.
No, my show as a kid was...
He'll also beat the Moltres. He's fucking crap. You know it's true.
What you're saying, Brian?
My show, at least as far as that type as a kid, was Digimon.
Yeah, Digimon was pretty good too.
Yeah, for me, I think it was Yugamo's, actually.
Yugamon. I remember that show. It was best at season 1.
That show was awesome.
No, it was best at unaired season.
Oh, yeah.
Unaired season, man.
That wasn't
was
about...
actually dark.
Yeah, it wasn't about Yugamo's. It was about crazy man punishing people for stupid shit.
I'd watch that show any day. But, actually, the really funny thing about Monster Rancher was the hair was voiced... it was the exact voice that Double D had in... Same voice actor and everything.
Oh, nice.
Oh, God.
Okay, so it was same voice, same brain mentality, but he had Eddie's
Scamming.
lust for gold and scamming. It was they just combined Double D and Eddie.
A year ago.
I only remember 2 of the creatures in that show. I remember the blue wolf, and I remember that yellow thing with one eyeball.
Yeah, that guy was kind of cool. The only thing he could do was teleport.
Yeah.
That was everyone was like,
So he's that one crappy guy from Dragon Ball Z.
I guess.
Yeah.
I
Yamcha?
No. Well, yeah.
Oh, wait,
The guy from the Cha-Cha squad.
Furter.
Burner, yeah, the guy who could freestyle.
No, that's Goldo.
Oh, Goldo. Pretty much Goldo, that's all Goldo had for going for him, is that he effectively teleported.
Yeah.
man, I wish do we know someone who does a pretty good Goldar impression? I feel like we know someone who does that.
Oh,
no
I
clue.
don't know.
I feel like I know.
I can do a great Goldar impression.
No, that's not. No.
I did my impression already.
Yeah, here's my
That's
Goldar.
the Japanese Goldar impression.
Here's my Goldar impression. Hey guys, I'm Goldar. I'm gonna go be the Power Rangers now. Goldar here.
No, but in all
Power Rangers?
seriousness...
No, it's Super Sentai, man. Get
No,
this straight.
but in all seriousness, in the Japanese Power Rangers, Goldar is a silent character.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I know that he married Scorpina and had a kid in the Japanese.
Yeah, he was...
Yes, my OTP is legit.
Yeah, he was the serious bruiser. It's like he'd just be sent in to go deal with the Rangers when Rita just had enough of it.
That's
You gotta love how the voice clips never matched up to the lips movements with Rita in the.
Well, that's because they
used.
used that's because they used the Japanese actress.
I
still,
know that.
and then just overdubbed her.
So, your thoughts on Generations 1 and 5?
Generation 1 would probably have to be my favorite, simply because it is the original generation and it got me into it. Generation 5 is pretty good. I'd probably put it right after Gen 4, and the only reason is because I'm biased toward Gen 4 just because of the fighting fact.
Yeah. That was your first Gen 4 you could, even though Gen 5 introduced more fighting types.
Yeah, we
But
actually
it didn't really introduce too many fighting types that were secondary types. Most of them were normal fighting.
There was a lot of secondary fighting.
But they were the legendaries.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah.
they were incredibly hard to catch.
But even in Gen 4, they didn't introduce that many secondary type fightings. You got Gallade.
Well, that's
You got-
no. He means it's
Yeah.
like fighting and psychic.
Yeah. You got Gallade. You got
Lucario.
and Inferno.
Yeah, but I could catch all of those guys really easily.
Yeah, but you could also
I
get.
couldn't catch the legendaries.
But at the same time, you also got Scrafty. You got.
Okay, Scrafty, I'll give you that one.
You got Scrafty. You got Mr. Pig. pig, and what was the third?
Well, I didn't pick the pig one because I was
Yeah.
at that point I was sick of firefighting.
Yeah.
Oh man, so how do you feel like if like the next fire type is next fire starter is a fire type fighting?
I honestly don't care if it's a firefighting. I'll be kind of pissed because really, again,
Did I send you that picture?
Yeah, everyone's been
Didn't I-
sending me that picture with the
Picture with the boxing gloves.
the boxing gloves out of its ears.
no. There's this guy who makes a comic on
Yeah, Josh
where
Owens.
he no, look at the fighting types, you dongus.
Oh yeah.
He goes and makes a bunch of Pokemon comics, and one of the things he also does is he goes and makes he like crappily draws like Pokemon from memory, and like he like over exaggerates them like crazy. It's pretty funny. I don't know why you're looking this up. He's looking at the new comic. Oh, you're not like looking up.
I already had this. I already had this up. That's why.
Yeah, but
So you got Scraggy, Scrafty, those two.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you got those two.
And
yeah,
the rest
those
are just
the only
normal
The rest are
fighting.
normal or legendary.
Yeah, but that's still only one more.
So now we're reading a comic. So
Put these options, baby.
I guess maybe we should like we're gonna spice the comic. I guess.
Yeah.
Like right now, you should be like reading it. If you're not, then we're terrible at editing and fail at life.
Yeah.
And I
But
wouldn't be surprised.
You know you love comic.
It is funny. I've heard rumors that the water type is going to be the fighting type, which I'm kind of hopeful. Cause
I don't want it to be the fighting type just because, as I said this in the first podcast.
Well, we've never had a water fighting.
Yes,
that
we
wasn't
have.
legendary.
Yes, we have.
What are you
You
talking
know
about?
Poliwhirl evolves.
What? Yeah, you evolved to Polytoad. I know
That's
you're talking
Poliwrath.
about.
It
Poly
evolves into the completely useless Pokemon
What? Well,
that was
Poly-
completely useless in Gen 1, even though he was one of the few people to learn Fisher. It's because he was too slow to use Fisher.
that's the point. I want a useful water fighting.
I understand. Keldeo is that useful water fighting.
I can't catch that guy.
Not gonna lie though, I actually did see a pretty good UU match again with some dude using a Poliwrath. He actually, the thing about Poliwrath was he's able to wall Suicune pretty well just because of water absorb.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and just because he's hitting him more on the physical side,
Yeah.
which Crocoons usually focus more on the special side. And plus, when you're running a Crocoon, you're only running Scald, so
Yeah.
he completely just checks him. It's pretty funny.
That's hilarious. But yeah, seriously, I want it to be water dark. I think
I've heard
just
that.
because it fits with what it is.
Hey, viewer, just between you and me, I think it should be water electric, but don't tell these guys.
Why water
I
electric?
don't know, it just seems cool.
Just because it would
No,
be a
no,
contradiction.
No. If it's gonna be water electric, then the fire type gets to be fire water.
See,
No, it
here's
has to
the
be
thing.
fire ground, you dongus.
As far as
What? So it can be a Badger Fox?
as far as
Fire
split typing
ground.
goes, I would love to see a fire electric.
A fire electric would be awesome.
Dude,
I've said this
just-
before.
just
Plasma
because-
Pokemon.
No, because then we would have the final Avatar type Pokemon. Because you've already got the Earth Steel, you've already got the Ice Water. Now you need Fire Electric.
Yeah, since air doesn't really have
Yeah,
a
air
fire-
never really got a second element.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless farting counts. Because farting is such an important thing in the Avatar universe.
And flying gets paired with everything.
Yeah.
So, on the subject of fighting types, I guess, like, we all agree we do love fighting types.
Well,
Yeah.
I built my entire team of fighting types, and it was actually a pretty good team.
Yeah, I know. I remember you doing that Blaze Whack run. It went pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't go as swimmingly as my Psychic run.
Well, that's because, honestly,
Well,
like...
that's because you guys do
Yeah.
EV training and...
No, I didn't even train.
No.
Well, a lot of times you poured in Pokemon that you've...
No, for that run, I played it like I play a
for the run.
Pokemon game normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that it's like I chose 6 random Psychic types and all had different secondary typings as many as I could. But the fact that I got a Metagross, a Bronzong, I think Gardevoir was on the team. Everything's a Mr. Mime. And there was
Mr.
a
Mime.
Jinx, if I remember right. And I forget what the last one was.
Was it Purple Jinx or Black
I
Jinx?
think it was Abra.
No, I don't think it was Abra. I think I remember you were telling me about that. Oh, it was something.
Yeah.
No, it was Executor.
Executor. No, I didn't have an Executor. on
I'm
team.
pretty sure you had an Executor because you were bitching about how many weaknesses it had.
No, that was me looking at stuff for Grass Run.
Okay.
Yeah, but that run was just super solid.
Yeah, actually, I remember. I forgot who was talking about this. Maybe Spade or something. They were talking about if there was like it was on the Spade podcast. They were talking about if you were to make an entire mono team, the two best types to make it would be Steel and Psychic.
Yeah, just because they have all those secondary typings that help cover their weaknesses.
Yeah. So
and
it's
plus
not,
having a high concentration of OU Pokemon.
Yeah.
Fighting isn't too bad simply because you do have a number of psychic fighting.
Your team is a lot more compacted if you're trying to make a competitive team monotyped, because you only have access to a very tiny pool of OU fighting Pokemon, and even then, most of them are being physical sweepers. You have to have your Lucario be a special sweeper.
You know, I'd like to see a mini
Or your
Terrakion,
Keldeo.
a mini rock fighting.
Yeah, that could work. But yeah, dude, it's like the grass run was hard as hell, but that's only because it's a triple battle with Skyline. You have 3 gym.
Do you need like some water or something?
No, I'm
Yeah,
good.
some Dig-Ups.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
But yeah.
You got some
Yes,
water?
I'm sure.
You want some Kool-Aid? We got some Kool-Aid in
I'll have
there.
some Kool-Aid later.
You sure you don't want any Kool-Aid now?
Yes, we'll have Kool-Aid at the break.
Apparently he hates my Kool-Aid.
But
Survey confirmed. Hofstetter hates my effing Kool-Aid.
I love your Kool-Aid though.
No, he just doesn't want your wall to get knocked down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna happen too. But yeah, you remember when I built the competitive mono psychic team? I took down a team with 3 dark types.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
great. Dude, well, Jersey just can't build teams for shit.
Well, the 3 dark types he had on his team were actually feasibly good.
Well,
Like, he had a Hydreigon, he had that. But what made me laugh my ass off was how long that Sigilif lasted against him.
Well, yeah, because Sigilif is a fucking...
No, against his Hydreigon. It lasted against his Hydreigon. It just sat there and started tanking his shit. Sitting there roosting every turn, burning him down.
That's actually really funny.
nice.
It wasn't until the very end when he got a crit that it died.
I actually should build a new Sigilif team.
Yeah, and I outplayed him. And at the very end, I outplayed him. I had just left my Gardevoir, which was just that Memento Guard, was just that Wisp Pass Gardevoir, and the Bronzong. He has out in the Torre left, and he basically plays into me letting him burn that shit, switch into my Bronzong, and he's never able to get up Leech Seed to protect himself because I'm able to switch out whenever he does that shit.
That's funny. So you basically just switched him to death.
Yeah.
That's pretty effective.
But what always gets me with him, I always fall for the, at least once, I always fall for the... Zoroark, yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna lie. Out of anything he's done, that's pretty much his strength is that stupid Zoroark. Unless like the last fight we had, I think I pretty much called it just because I remember he sent it in and I was like, oh, that thing has way more health than it actually originally did. So I'm just gonna go an X-Scissor with my freaking Crustle.
Yeah.
Crystal, that was awesome. Just Crystal sweep.
No. I just dealt with that Zoroark because I'm like, I don't really give a shit. Oh, your Zoroark came in as something weak to Bug. And it wasn't Zoroark. Actually, no, sorry. It wasn't even that. That thing came in last.
Oh,
really?
So it couldn't even transform.
Yeah, so it's just
Never do that with Zoroark.
Yeah, the whole point of it is just
No, it's because I was tempoing him. And now he hates Hold the Ice.
Hold the Ice is the name of his Flygon, by the way. You have to explain these things.
Yeah.
These people don't know these things.
I know.
Dongus.
I know, but I just love that. I just love that he says, I hate to hold the ice. It just sounds so weird. And then when you know it's like, oh, it's a Flygon, that makes perfect sense.
Oh, no, if you're gonna do that, you have to.
And I love how mad he got. It's like, wait a second, you named it Hold the Ice.
No, you gotta do it. You gotta do it in his voice. Wait a minute. You named it Hold the Ice.
Yes,
See, I can do it.
Yeah.
You sound more like Bullwinkle, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, wait a second, you named it Hold the Ice because it can't take an Ice-type move. In order to attempt to get me to hit it with an Ice-type attack, then you switch it to your Arcanine and get my Pokemon!
I love Arcanine. He's one of my favorites.
No, that shit was hilarious. He didn't even call my switch that time. He just tries to Ice Beam with his Starmie. I switch it to the Arcanine. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna try and hit that shit. I'm sure I'm gonna beat it. Wild Charge!
Oh, ouch.
Didn't see that shit coming.
By the way, Brian, are you actually ever gonna get Black White 2, or are you just gonna...
Probably not. I'm probably just gonna wait for Gen 6.
Yeah, do you already have a 3DS already? Or?
Yeah.
Alright. Wait, you already have 3DS?
Yeah.
He's had one for a while.
You didn't bring it?
I didn't think about it.
We didn't swap pass?
Yeah, you got a swap pass.
I
This is a
didn't think
Pokemon
How
podcast.
am I gonna go and like
Get my legendary Pikachu hat.
There's a legendary Pikachu hat?
Screw the legendary Pikachu hat. I want my legendary Raichu hat.
Yeah. Actually, I always kind of feel bad. That's something I always really want. I want like all the Pikachu clones to have evolutions.
Yeah.
Minus Pichu. Pichu already has an evolution.
Yeah. Yeah, but no. You know what? All Raichu needs. Raichu just needs to get in shape.
Nah.
That's how Pikachu got fat. He went from being fat, then he went on Atkins, then he became the star of the show. He was also voiced by a hot chick.
That's her like natural speaking voice. How weird is that? Like when your like voice is that high that you don't even have to try it. You can just say Pikachu normally, and that's all you teach.
Or you don't even have to go and pick up your voice. Pikachu.
Yeah, that's creepy. Never do that again on the show, or else I'm kicking you off, and we're making this the Menace World. We're just gonna call this the Swap World Show.
No.
Next
up, bring the Pikachu in again at some random point, and it will blow your mind how I use it.
Yeah, I would imagine that you're probably gonna sneak it in on like another episode, or like I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go grab some chips or something to eat in the middle of the show.
I'm gonna either make you mad or blow your mind how I did it.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna make that joke, that one bad joke, and you're not gonna see it coming, and something's gonna be Pikachu.
I'm kicking you off.
I told you I get it.
I thought you were gonna do that, you dongus.
Yeah.
But I like. I don't know if there's been any more information released since my computer went belly up last week. I doubt it.
Oh, it went belly up? I didn't realize that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
I was not informed of this.
Well, because I wasn't online to inform anyone. My computer is dead, and I'm getting it back today.
You can always just text us.
I thought you would have texted like Chris, and then he would have said something online.
Yeah.
No, he did call me, and I told him, but I don't. guess
he didn't say anything about it.
Okay, well,
I thought when you said you were out, you were not online for the week. It was simply because you were busy with studies on something.
No, although not having my computer did allow me to get caught up on my studies.
Yeah. That's always a good thing.
That's actually pretty funny that imagine if like you pass all your classes just because like of that precious study time you learned because of not having a computer.
Well, mostly just let me got caught up on the reading.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Wait, you were saying before you were interrupted?
I was gonna say I like the Pokemon that have been released so far. I like the starters, except for the grass starter. I think he looks stupid.
I don't. The only reason I didn't like the grass starter was because it wasn't a reptile. But then someone else gave me.
He doesn't look like a grass. He looks like he should be a normal type.
No, watch. It's gonna be grass.
Dude, I'd be totally down for that. Wait, does he get he has a fighting weakness now.
Yeah, he has a fighting weakness.
But adding another weakness doesn't really help, but ghost immunity is pretty nice. Yeah,
the ghost immunity is alright. I mean, sure, he has another weakness, but grass, normal, is extremely solid, as we saw with Sawsbuck. You make that thing if they make it a physical Pokemon...
Dude, I think it's totally very physical.
Well, it's a chipmunk, so it's obviously going to be physical.
Yeah, no, you know what I've been hearing? Instead of chipmunk, it's an early rodent.
Yeah, I've been telling you that. It's like some type of prehistoric rodent.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like it
because we've been trying to find the pattern for grass Pokemon. Because looking back at the grass Pokemon, the easiest thing you could say is they're all reptiles. Then when you look at it again, it's like, oh, these are all Pokemon that could also feasibly be ancient.
How is Chikorita a reptile?
Meganium is a
Brachiosaurus.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, that.
It's a Brachiosaurus.
A dinosaur. Yeah.
Dinosaurs! Everybody loves dinosaurs! Subscribe if you like dinosaurs, Richard.
Everybody do a dinosaur. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. When they came up with Fennegan, someone was looking to win the award for cutest Pokemon ever.
I don't know. That's the one. I don't know.
No. They weren't trying to win the award for cutest Pokemon ever. What they were trying to win the award was they were trying to win the award for bringing the most furries into the series.
Well, it's like somebody just took the idea of Eevee and said, how can I make this look cuter?
Yeah. It's like someone basically the one thing that I read, it's like it was on VP once. It's like, okay, you know it's gonna be firefighting. It's like, I hope that if it's firefighting, it's got them legs. Crashing through the thighs. I'm like, okay, guess I could have seen this coming, and I guess as long if they make it a lobbity type of thing, I guess that kind of removes the sting a little bit.
I
don't
would
like that still.
I would like if there was a flying type, just so I can name it Tails.
Yeah, that's actually kind of. Well, no, flying is terrible.
Flying is a bad idea unless they fix stealth rocks.
We're not gonna fix sneaky stones.
They need to fix sneaky stones.
I want to tell you something.
What?
I think we should call stealth rocks the stones of Prophenia.
Stones of Prophenia? What? Because they help. Why? Because they try and help us beat the Gort to get to Celestia?
Well, not only that, it's just like whenever you go and like get set up, people usually use profanities when they get bit.
God damn Stealth Rock!
Fucking stealth rock team, dude!
Fucking stealth cars!
Stones of Prophenia!
I like the fact that
I
people.
use the stones of Prophenia.
If you don't know what that is, I feel
I like the fact that
for
people
you.
have been calling Froakie Gentleman Froakie.
Yeah, because he looks so badass.
I know people have been calling him the Benjamin
Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin of the Pokemon.
No, he's the Benjamin Frogman.
Okay,
Franklin. We were actually going to get frogs in here. Like, we were going to have legit frogs around that table. You guys can't see it, but there's like, imagine like a table that has a fax machine, a pencil sharpener, and a paper shredder. And, yeah, we're going to have frogs there. And it was going to be pretty sweet, but then I was like, I can't really. I'm terrible at life, and I get terrible at everything, so let's just give it to someone who actually will take care of the frogs. Yeah. And I swear to God, I was going to name one of the frogs Dennis Frogman.
I can tell you this much: I'm getting the X version hands down because I love the legendary in that one.
Agreed. That's the deer one, right?
That's the deer one.
Okay, just making sure you still mean the deer. Because I told you.
Why Master Race for the win, am I right?
No! No! I'm waiting for that thing to be electric psychic or electric steel.
Wait, the flying thing?
No.
Oh.
The deer.
Oh,
the deer. Look at that thing. If it's fucking neurons, electric makes sense for it, and then maybe psychic or steel.
Oh,
No, it's gonna be light type, man. It's gonna be light type.
Nope.
Do we need to kick you out of this podcast now?
I just wanted to see if I could get him mad again.
No, because I know you're messing around.
Yeah. Wait, we know that there are people out there who are serious.
Yeah.
Looking at you.
And they're the people that we hate.
I'm looking at you, person that thinks Gen 2 is great and thinks that sound type is a thing.
And thinks that
That
light type.
Sound type could be a thing. There are enough Pokemon with sound abilities.
Yeah, that sound type is the one that I would most readily accept.
Space type, guys.
We've had this discussion before.
This is a space type corner with all the smart people who think space type is a cool type.
But Anthony, that's dumb for the same reason that light type is dumb.
I know.
Well,
Because light type is dumb because in Japan it's not dark type, and it wouldn't be the opposite to light type.
We already had this conversation a bajillion times.
I had this conversation with you myself.
Yeah.
Speaking of the X thing, have you seen the Beta actually went and drew a little character based on the X Pokemon?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna pull this up.
Well, the reason I like the
Beta's
X
an Earth
Pokemon
thing.
more is because the X Pokemon is this kind of like regal-looking deer, whereas the Wyvern, it's a flying demon. We've got hundreds of those already.
Hey, I'd like me some flying demons.
Well, it's not necessarily gonna be a flying demon. It could be a flying muscle man.
Flying muscle man.
It looks like a flying. It looks like a flying
Oh
demon.
god. If it is fighting type,
Bunch
I
of
will not
fighting
have to-
types.
What?
No, sorry.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say if it's fighting type.
It
If it's fighting-
better not be fighting type because then I'll have to get both of them.
Yeah, if it's fighting type, if it's fighting flying type, when it comes out, I'm going to have to call it my mom.
Your what?
My mom.
You're gonna have to explain this joke to us.
I just said it.
What is it?
Flying muscle man.
Flying muscle man? Oh, ha. I
Well,
got
if
that.
it is flying fighting, I'll have to get it for my team.
Yeah.
Look at her.
That's actually
Oh, nice.
Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful.
solid. Yeah.
Solid, yeah. You do that.
Yeah.
I like the little. We should toss this up as we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. This is art from my good friend Beta Chan. She draws pictures, and she's really nice. And you should go and sub to her.
And give her money.
No, she doesn't. Shut your whore mouth. Now, but yeah, that was someone else, I think.
Was that someone else?
Yeah, I think it was someone else. That's not beta. But yeah, we're gonna toss up that image right here. Well, damn!
No.
No, it's not. No, shut your whore mouth.
Okay.
It was someone else, I swear.
Okay. Someone
Well,
else drew this off for
considering
us.
the new one takes place in Paris, I wonder if there'll be a cheese Pokemon.
Jeez. Dude, that actually, you know what? Cheese, dude, that actually kind of smart. Like
No,
a
dude.
cheese rat?
Water poison.
What? No, that's my fucking platypus. You stay away from my platypus.
Alright, I came up for a platypus. The only reason I was saying water poison was because curdling.
Yeah, that could work.
You need to have poison. No. A normal poison rat Pokemon.
Normal poison sounds pretty sweet. Sure.
Normal poison.
Dude, you get that, you get rid of the fighting weakness? That's actually pretty sweet.
Yeah, and it's a rat Pokemon that you find in the sewers.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's like your stupid HM slave. Though I am kind of glad that they're kind
It
of...
could be competitively viable though.
What was your HM slave like
My favorite one, or just like my HM slave in general?
in general?
I don't even want to go into every generation. Let's just...
Well, mine
It's the derper.
Yeah, it's
mine
Durper.
tend to be either Quagsire or Lickitung.
Yeah.
Really? It's not like Bidoof or something?
Yeah, ours generally tend to be the derpers of the generation.
Yeah.
Like, B-Barrel was the best one just because...
Oh, and the barrel. I forgot
The
about
barrel is shit. Oh my god. Like, Nintendo, like, engineered that thing to be the most perfect HM slave that you could ever create.
Yeah.
All you would
I
need
think
for that,
Lewis was not my HM slave for one specific reason. Because he was a fucking shiny.
Yeah.
all you would
And he was actually
need
useful.
to make it a better HM slave is allow it more moves.
Yeah, it's like HM slaves getting access to six moves.
No, dude. Giving a Pokemon that learns an HM can pseudo-learn it to where it can only use it outside of battle, but it doesn't take up one of its slots.
That'd be kind of
There you
cool,
go.
but I don't know. I really do like strength. No, cut is stupid.
No. I say you can learn it normally, or you can pseudo-learn it. So if you pseudo-learn it, it'll only be able to use it outside of battle.
I like that idea. Didn't you come up with like an idea better where it's like...
Well, yeah, where
they
throughout
sell-
the game, where they just get rid of HMs, but throughout the game they give you key items that act like HMs.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
basically Zelda hit. Oops, totally unprofessional. Hit the pause button.
But yeah,
Basically,
basically,
sorry about that. We had like some... Yeah, there was a phone call. And,
Real life
Yeah.
technical difficulties.
yeah.
but like we were saying, key items that basically do it. We already have Bike that increases speed. We had Watering Can that was used to progress through the game. We had the Flute that was used to progress through
Well,
the
hang
game.
on. If you're gonna make it real world items, you have to make it that when you get the item, you hold it over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
I got a bike. I got a Pokeball.
'Cause, I mean,
I
you-
got
you
a
could
paralyzed heel.
I mean, you could put a bike in your bag already.
I got a stick.
Why is it non-feasible? You simply get an inflatable raft
I
to
got
ride
another
around
stick.
on.
Because don't you know your bag has only limited hammer space?
No. You get a bike.
That's actually something I kind of miss.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the items. Let's see. For HM1, that's cut. Shears.
Shears.
You got shears for HM2, which
I was
is
gonna say a machete.
no shears. Shears are a better idea.
Well, yeah, because you know, kids game.
Yeah.
HM2 last game was fly. So you got a signal beacon.
I remember I actually do like fly. And,
Fly would.
you know what? Changing fly would actually be kind of weird because even though like you usually have a fly, it's actually kind of weird. The last two runs I've had, haven't had anyone who flies. I've just been running around everywhere.
Yeah.
Mainly because I've never got a shiny, and I've never seen one.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to find one.
Yeah, but yeah, basically just have some. Basically, it has like some kind of signal beacon, calls in the helicopter or something like that.
I love the pictures where it's got the character using fly and they're flying on like a Pidgey.
Yeah.
And then the third. Then for surf, you got an inflatable raft.
Yeah.
For strength, you got a jack.
Why not power bracers?
Because power bracers are a magical item. I'm talking
No,
about.
you could totally say it's like some type of like gravity decreasing.
Well, what I'm saying is I'm thinking of
levitation.
real world items that you could use. A jack makes sense. You just stick it
How
under
about
the
dynamite?
holder and
But like it
that'd
doesn't
be
work.
Box Smash.
It wouldn't work the same way as like fucking strength, where you have to like push shit.
No. It's after you pull out your jack, you push forward, knock it over, or something like that. You could easily come up with an item for that. Flash is a flashlight.
Yeah, especially after they nerfed it in...
Yeah.
What was it, Gen 2 they nerfed it?
So
Or Gen 3?
No, it has not been nerfed at all.
Well,
It's just useless to begin with.
No, I mean, out of battle, it used to be lit up the whole area.
Yeah.
And then now it only lights up a very small area.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. I thought you meant like when you say nerf, we were like, what? I don't think they lowered the accuracy that much.
No,
they haven't touched its in-battle stats, because its in-battle stats are shit.
Yeah.
It's only useless to get through dark caves.
Yeah.
You mean the Zubat caves?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think everybody just... Did you see that one picture where, like, you know those, like, pictures where, like, take a picture of, like, a real-life cave and they, like, put Pokemon in it and, like, Pokemon dancing in there, and I was like, yeah, look! Pokemon would be in that cave.
Mm-hmm.
Someone, like, edited one of those, and it's the
Nothing
cave
but
one.
Zubats.
Yeah, it's just, like, a bajillion Zubats and you can barely see the other things dancing in the background. So I was like, that's about right. And then there was like this other one where like there's like this beautiful like picture of like this ocean filled with different Pokemon and stuff. And I was like, that's fucking like it's just
And then
tentacles
it's
everywhere.
No. You know what'd be even cooler about that? Is if you had the flashlight, it has two features. High beam, low beam. The high beam, no Zubats, low beam, that's when Zubats start coming out.
Well, I saw this thing. It was... Have any of you seen that one website where you pick two Pokemon and it combines the sprites together? There was one where they combined Zubat and Tentacruel, and they numbered it Pokemon number 666. Because we're gonna get that this gen, Pokemon 666.
I'm really excited about that. Do we talk about 666?
Wait a second, 649, add 9 to that. 649, add 11 to that, that's 650, 660, so it's going to be one of the early numbers in the Pokédex, actually.
Yeah. But here's the question. Is Game Freak going to go with the 666 thing and make it a dark type or a ghost type or something interesting?
I hope they do. That would be really...
Like a fire type? Dude, a fire rock type that's all like a lava monster that looks like a devil? That would be so cool.
Nice. I still want my fire electric type.
Yeah.
But yeah, but do you think... I don't think Game Freak's
I don't think they will.
I doubt it, but it would be really cool if they did.
Yeah, if
Game Freak, if you're somehow listening...
I mean, they made Houndoom.
Yeah. That's about the closest you're gonna get to a devil Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a health.
Yeah, it's a LL.
Imagine if they went and gave Houndoom some like unnecessary evolution where it becomes
There
a
you
Cerberus.
go.
Oh god.
Grows 2 extra heads,
Yeah,
and that's the 666.
That's really odd though. That it feels.
So do a Pokemon that does that, where its first stage has one head, then it gets 2 heads and 3 heads, like Hydreigon did.
That would actually be really cool.
I'd like that though.
It goes from being a normal Pokemon to normal dark to dark something.
That'd be interesting. As long as it doesn't have fire in it, I think it's fine because we have enough fire canines.
Oh no, it goes from normal to normal dark to pure dark.
Maybe.
But it's like that sounds awkward, but it makes sense. I know. Yeah.
Speed it up there.
Yeah.
No. The thing is like hop. Like okay. For those of you who don't know, like a hop melee becoming in and out and stuff. It's just that hop has this weird tendency to start moving around a lot, and he doesn't pay attention to.
He does not know how to sit still.
Yeah, I'm leaning.
How do you survive in class?
What I'm doing right now. You don't even notice what I'm doing right now.
No, I somewhat do.
Yeah, he's actually like he's doing a little jig with his feet, but like last podcast, he was really quiet, and I was like, I can totally see the volume thing, and it's not doing the thing.
Yeah.
For the next podcast, he should just be dancing the whole time.
Yeah. Just don't be the podcast.
5 beauty colors lost.
Yeah, there was only 4, and then the last one was a pseudo-widow that you could catch. Thanks, Charlie Conroy, for playing that game, so that way I can know that and pretend like I'm cool. And with that note, we should probably take a break.
Yes, we should.
Alright, so we got some OC remix shit, and we got some other songs, and we got some other things, and then after the break we'll talk about some Gen 6 That's not including a special league. What could that be about? Ooh.
I want to know. You haven't told me anything about this. You haven't told me anything about anything. Yeah.
Welcome back to our thing. Hopefully that music really liked. I know one of the songs I know what one of the songs we're using. I actually really like it. It's called Shades of Red. The thing I like about it is it actually sounds like something from the game, and then it just goes, "Oh my god, it's actually not from the game. It's something completely different. It's a remix." But
yeah. And then we toss it into Gen 3 stuff.
Yeah.
You want us to toss in Gen 3 stuff?
Yeah, so that way it goes.
I don't know nothing about no.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually. So, if you're a guest on the show, or if you like talk or do something on the show, if you like going biggest cookies, now we're gonna get like a bunch of cookies.
Chocolate chip.
No. They can't make us cookies. They have to make us poffins.
Poffins. Yeah, if you make us poffins, we go and basically, I always just say, hey, what song do you want to put in the break time? And we'll put it in.
But I don't know enough Pokemon music to know what song I want.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
We actually might have, I don't know, we might even put like the fucking Sonic X theme song.
God, no. If you're gonna put Sonic,
No, it's Sonic. He can really move.
Sonic. He's got an attitude! He's also voiced by Steve Urkel!
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You gotta do the old school Sonic.
Yeah.
Well, and then we put the fucking The Adventures of Sonic theme song.
Oh god.
That shit was
that's actually a good melody.
That song... That show is magical just because of how lazy the staff is and how much they love robots. I actually have like some, whatchamacallit?
Episodes?
Not episodes. I actually have,
some cells?
Not cells,
Clips?
No, it's a guide for the animators for when they're drawing Robotnik. It's the greatest thing in the world. I'm gonna try to pull it up. It's like, it is pretty sweet. Like,
it's gonna look hilarious when I see it.
It's just funny the comments they say, like how to draw Robotnik. Robotnik is just amazing. If you haven't seen that show, or if you're like young and you never grew up with it, it's a magic. It's magic.
Well, you want to know what made me laugh?
Drawing that sexy guy's handsome head.
So we'll probably throw these up. These are amazing.
Drawing the moldy cone. Droopy nose, floppy, ragged mustachio. Brow with fat furrows, big mouth, big teeth, and keep them fat and big. What do you feel if enlarging the eyes helps with an expression? Enlarge them. Same for the nose, mouth, etc. Keep mustache floppy and mobile, like a loose shirt tail.
I love the title. Drawing that sexy guy's handsome head.
Yeah. But remember, Robotnik's inner-tension. Whether angry or joyful, he is like a rubber band about to snap.
I love this part right over here. Keep it loose plus distorted. Draw expressively, not well.
Isn't that your saying on life?
Yeah, pretty much.
Draw expressively, not well.
And here's the other one. This is great.
Physically speaking, he's handsome.
The night.
When feeling positive, he tends to thrust his belly forward, emphasizing head. And the opposite when he's angry, sad, etc. Body slants as a whole. Remember, Robotnik is not a straight villain.
I love that. Big, huge.
He is the object of ridicule.
Big, huge, fat, and repulsive.
When drawing him, keep that fat adult you hated when you were a child in mind. At least your least favorite politician. Enlarge or shrink any part of the body for expression. I love this. Remember, Robotnik is not a straight villain.
These aren't those are the only two I have. Aren't they amazing?
Yes. I want to read the second one.
And also, this is just great.
Oh, get that hedgehog.
Nah.
It's just a little stupid pun. But
get that hedgehog.
That's mainly what Mr. Green is known for. Is like he's a Sonic guy.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I gotta go fast.
You gotta love that Sonic Force. Gotta go Sonic.
Not gonna lie, whenever I use the Brawl Claws in fucking Icarus, and I'm just like playing on the multiplayer maps, I'm just like running around it. It's great.
You're Johnny Quick?
Yeah, pretty much Johnny Quick. And then I just run up, smack him, and run.
They need to redo Sonic's moveset in the next Smash if they have him in it.
Of course they're gonna have him in it. That was such.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Japanese commercial where all it is like a minute of Mario and Sonic fighting each other on the
Final Destination?
not Final Destination.
Green Hill Zone?
No, on the Battlefield stage.
No, I'll have to look at that.
It's pretty funny. It's just them fighting, and the two people doing it are like really well, like they're really good fighters, and they actually don't.
They're like those guys that we know who do the magic tricks with that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me! I'm gonna throw this thing. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna bounce up. I'm gonna throw you up into the air and hit you with grab the thing and hit you with it a second time.
Well,
Yeah.
you want to know what's kind of funny about Sonic's inclusion in that game is originally Nintendo wanted to have him in like from the beginning,
Yeah.
but Sega wouldn't let him, and it wasn't until after the giant ass pull that Sega finally relented and said, "All right, you can put him in." And by that time the game was mostly done, so they had to kind of shoehorn him in.
That's actually really funny.
Oh, it's that most popular character to bring into the thing. Only toss the on down.
It's actually really funny. The whole reason that I have this podcast is just so I can go and like look back and say, wow, I was completely wrong about everything. The Z Pokemon isn't based off of some Norse snake that lives in hell. It's based off of Trogdor. Who would have ever guessed? But like,
I'm waiting for my Super Saiyan 2 Raichu.
man. But one of the inspirations for making this thing was because I read an old, I think it was an old MySpace blog I made about Smash Brothers.
And you saw how bad it was?
Yeah, maybe I was just like talking about my theories about what's in it. This was back in the day when like the dojo was a thing and it was amazing.
Oh, I remember checking the dojo.
will
They're going to do another dojo for the new one. They've
They
already
are?
said it.
Yes!
It makes perfect sense that they keep on doing dojos whenever they make new instances of the game.
And what's cool is
Yeah.
E3 they're going to release a trailer.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's
I heard that it might be even playable there, but I don't know.
I doubt it.
But like I was saying, yeah, I wanted to kind of. It was like I remember like putting like I was reading, I was like, fuck, it was really against the whole idea of Sonic in this game. Like that was my main thing. Like I noticed, I was like, man, I fucking hated Sonic, the idea of Sonic being in this game.
And now you love him.
And I don't really like him. He's just there.
He's just alright.
Though I do love having those matches. Okay, if you've never done this, go and play this with your friends, get like your 2 or 3 or chat, and set up a custom match where you automatically start with the curry, the bunny hood, and just put
gravity.
No, not fucking. This is my thing, not yours.
No, I'm going to share with one.
This is. You can go and do the light gravity if you're going Hoppy route. You can just do standard gravity for Anthony. And you just all play as Sonics, and you just go with it.
It's crazy.
The light gravity makes it even worse because you have on the bunny ears, so you jump super high.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. No. What I do with that, I also toss on tiny and invisible.
No. I remember what I did.
You're a madman.
No.
And then I do the reverse, where you put on the curry.
Uh-huh.
You put on the curry, heavy gravity, giant, metal.
No, I remember I wanted
Tiny
to.
save.
Here's something funny. Melee, in order to unlock a lot of the characters, you had to play a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So what I did was I put it on 99 lives, minimum damage, and and two computer players, and left that shit on all night.
Really? What I did, I remember this perfectly. It was
Wait a second. I thought you had to do a certain number of battles, not a certain number of kills.
No, it has to be a certain number of time.
Certain amount of time.
Oh, it was time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Back then it was time.
And
Let me have my story.
Okay.
Now, it was right in this room. Me and my brother, we were trying to unlock Mewtwo, and you had to play for about like X amount of hours.
Yeah, that's probably what I was trying to unlock.
Yeah. So what we did was we set it to unlimited. We put stock, 1 stock each, and we put it on what's the Kirby? Fountain of Dreams. Since all that happens is the stages go up and down. There's no no one dies accidentally, and we just left it on for 2 days straight. Then we both commit suicide at the same time, and then whoever the computer just generated saying won fought Mewtwo, and then we unlocked Mewtwo. It was great.
Yeah.
I remember doing that shit. It's just you just set 2 computer players.
Yeah.
You set 2 regular players up with. You didn't have to set the computer players because you set the computer players, and you can just end the match.
But he was, in his case, he just was on the time. The next match he would have had Mewtwo spawned in it.
Yeah.
True.
So he could have easily like put a level 1. He could have fought a level 1 at like super damage and then killed it and then fought Mewtwo.
True.
But yeah. So about that Gen 6. Okay, so
Yeah, it's like, let's get back to Pokemon.
yeah. So
Metawhirl podcast.
Metawhirl podcast.
Everything for Pokemon. That's the title of the episode. At least one of the 2 titles.
There's gonna be 3 titles. Anyways,
That's the 3rd title.
I want customization of my character.
all right.
I want the sim experience.
Well, they had that mirror thing in the first trailer. So yeah.
Yeah.
So and then there was a whole thing where it's like when the character jumps off onto that rope swing, he goes and swings on it, and then it's like, oh, there's no glasses on his hat. That must mean that there's glasses are customizable.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Woohoo!
I want-
We
if
can
there is-
customize
We're
glasses!
actually gonna do a princess run. We're gonna do.
Yeah. Oh, you and your princess. Pretty princess run. I don't know. I would. That's the thing. Like,
Actually, here's something I think would be cool. Would be if you could name your moves. Like you can call flamethrower something else, but it'll appear to the other guy as the regular move. But you actually get to name it as something that you want. Like, you know.
that'd be kind of cool.
Like here's an example. If I teach a Pokemon rollout, I could call it Spin Dash.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And, you know, it'll only appear on my screen.
Yeah.
He'll see what move it actually is.
That'd be kind of cool. What was I gonna say?
You would have so many people renaming Hyper Beam Kamehameha. Kamehameha.
Implying Aurora Sphere wouldn't be that.
Yeah. Implying ice. Beam,
No, that would be
Killer.
Spirit Ball.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Something about customization of names and moves. That's what we're talking about, so it'll jump into that.
No.
About how you want to be a digger. You want to be a digger in a dick.
Oh, no, that's what I want to talk about. That's the thing. It had nothing to do with customization. It had to do with what day the game was released.
Oh.
It was more about that. It's like
Yeah.
the problem, like, that's the thing. I was like, I wouldn't know how my character would look because if, like, there was customization, we wouldn't know the full extent of it because there's no
International.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no
it's
Japan
international,
only
yeah.
release.
Yeah, there's no Japan only release, and we get that magical like few months of you could do this, you could do that, this and this. And
No.
this.
There
kinda-
might be an exception.
I kind of like that because there are going to be people who will actually have to play it the old-fashioned way again,
Yeah, this
rather than planning everything out ahead of time.
like I always do.
So we
Yeah.
might get some more spoilers. They might tell us some more information about certain things
Probably.
that
but
they want us to know about.
Imagine if they had their own dojo. That'd be shit.
Yeah.
But it'll definitely be more. You know, people will go into it fresher than they have in a long time.
Oh yeah. Okay. Also, I should talk about what the dojo was. If you don't know, back in the day, Mr. Sakurai was a genius, and he said, "Hey, I'm going to go make everyone get hyped for Brawl by making a website that has weekday releases of new information about this game every weekday until the game comes out."
Once every
Yeah.
week.
Well, no, it was weekday.
Oh.
It was
Yeah. 5 days a week, they
Oh.
introduce a new piece of information each day.
It was
Week.
wonderful. It was like,
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that Magic does for its new sets. Is when they're in set release season, which comes every 3 months or so. They'd have a person who writes the articles for the mothership, which is now their main website. And they'd write an article and would reveal one new card in the set. And so that would slowly add to the spoiler over the 5 days. So over the 5 days of the week, you'd get 5 to 10 new cards because two
Yeah.
writers would each reveal a new card.
Nice. Well, I mean, they're doing the dojo again for the new Smash.
Yeah, which would be nice. Well,
The thing is, I'm not sure. I think they're going to start the dojo right after they release the trailer at E3.
makes sense.
well, I remember when Brawl was coming out, they actually had the dojo come out right before more E3 information. I remember Reggie was all like, "If you're following the dojo, then you already know that Giga Bowser is playable in the game." I was like, "Yeah, I know about that beforehand, you dorkuses."
You dorks!
Okay, well then maybe they'll release it right before E3. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Right before the break, we hinted that there was some type of information needed on that. Okay, so a couple of days ago, I found this image post of these images of that look like new information for black and white and black and white.
X and Y.
X and Y.
Yeah,
two little clips.
Yeah, 2 little clips. One of them was looked like a loo kind of area where it was like some type of art museum, and it was kind of like zooming towards the door. And the other one was a shot of the Pokemon equivalent of Big Ben. And of course I was just like, Hoppy, look at this shit! We gotta go and talk about this in the show!
I'm like, why is this relevant? I know there's something, you gotta give me more than this.
And I actually did some digging up right before the show, and funny thing is, those are actually fake.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, so apparently there's a dude online who actually goes around and makes like models and stuff and records them for like his own like predictions of stuff that's going on. Apparently he's done this before for black and white and stuff. I was really kind of sad though.
But goddamn, that quality. It looked like actual stuff in the game.
I'm gonna toss up right. We should toss up right here the picture of the Big Ben if we can.
Yeah.
If we can see the Big Ben, then we did it right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what would be funny? I would love this if they renamed the Pokemon centers, since it's in Europe, Pokemon cafes.
Don't they ever have Pokemon cafes?
I don't know. In the game, I don't know.
Yeah, they have cafes in the game. In some certain areas.
But they're probably not like anything big. They're not like a...
Yeah, they're like a minor thing. Maybe you'll like in Sinnoh, they have the Pokemon cafe where you could buy Moo Moo milk.
Oh yeah.
It's a milk bar. Just like
I didn't even know that was called the Pokemon Cafe. I just thought it was called...
Well, they're called cafes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a cafe to me. There's no lattes!
Exactly.
It can't be a cafe without the lattes.
And there's no smug hipster people going and telling me that my...
But there's lots of hot waitresses, more than we need.
Yeah, that's Japan in general.
Did you hear about that McDonald's in Taiwan that had a bunch of maids there?
I heard that.
No, I did not.
I heard that. I saw a screenshot for it.
Yeah.
It was only a one-day promotional thing, though.
Yeah. I went to my friend who's Taiwanese. It's actually really funny, though. He likes Asian women, but he hates Taiwanese chicks for God knows why. And, like, he was just like, dude, why would you fucking send me this?
Well, dude, if he wants Asian women, just come to my school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Richard, if you want to go and get your Asian girlfriend, go to... UCI. That's where all the Asian girls are, and they all want...
And there's totally no dinosaur tits there.
Dinosaur tits. Richard doesn't even listen to this. He doesn't even know I do this. My mom doesn't even know I do this.
He never will.
And I will make sure he knows about it. And then he hears that one line, any lines from this.
Yeah, he's gonna wait fucking 45 minutes into this thing.
No, I'll just fast forward it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be like a little voice clip and it says dinosaur tits.
Dinosaur tits. And then, like, Luke will remix it, so...
So it's an amazing song.
Yep. So, unlike last time, we actually did get some fan mail.
God, we got mail?
We actually got one fan question. I was super surprised.
I am surprised as well.
Let me just pull it up right here. Alright. So, our letter comes today from a Mr.
Reggie Fils-Aimé?
No, it's
No, that's next week's question.
His name is Marcus Palmier?
Marcus Palmier?
Marcus Palmier?
I don't know, I can't read the name.
It's right there.
Mark Palmer, what?
Oh, God!
I don't know if I want to know what the question is.
And the question is, it refers to actually our last, what do we call the thing that we do at the beginning?
Pre-show.
Yeah, I was talking about our pre-show. He had a question about our pre-show. His question was, let me try to do an impression of this guy, what I think he sounds like. What is this super porn Huffy was speaking of? Well, Mr. Palmer, what was his name was?
Palmer.
Palmer. Oh, Mr. Palmer. You see, there was a show, it's called Futurama, and there's an episode, I believe, where Professor Farnsworth gets de-aged, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first initial thought was...
Was that the one with the Fountain of Youth?
I think it might be that one.
Yeah, it's the one with the youthsizers.
Yeah. And so he goes, and the first thing he says is, "Oh, now I'm too young to watch ultra porn."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Sadly, we actually got it wrong. We kept calling it super porn. I'm sorry.
But super porn works too.
Yeah, super. It's just the joke. The joke is that it's some type of hyper porn or whatever.
That you have to be even older to watch.
Yeah, because
apparently being 60 isn't old enough.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out why you would do that kind of stuff.
And that's what it was, Mr. Pamela.
Hammer.
Rambler?
Panorama Ding Dong?
Johnson and Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson. So remember, send your questions over at our Tumblr or make a YouTube comment and I'll try to read it. And you can also be
implying you can read.
I read that just fine. Mrs. Whiteside from my first grade class would totally be impressed with that. And Mr. Whiteside would be slightly impressed that I know how to work a computer.
Yes. So please send us more fan mail so we don't have to hear from Mr. Pammer.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pamela.
I've blocked
Pamela. Hey, Pamela. I would just like to ask you what you doing tonight.
And you never come back.
Aww.
Yeah, you're saying?
I've blocked out all memories of elementary school.
Just like you'll block out all memories of this show once again.
Yeah, pretty much. Just he'll just hop in the car and just be driving on down Main Street, relaxing, feeling fine.
Really good.
Shooting something.
Next thing you know, you'll see it's octopus in the neighborhood.
Man, fucking octopi in the neighborhood? What type of neighborhood do you live in, Brian? That you would just have octopi just floating around?
Places where he's cruising on a sound wave, swinging on past stars.
I live in Route 114. I think that's the ocean route.
I don't know.
Well, if it's Gen 3, all of it's an ocean route.
There you go.
Fucking, who knew Anaheim was so lively with octopi and stars and sound waves?
Dude, no, that's
Dude, the magic school of buses.
Octopi in Anaheim is just how we refer to the pimps down there.
Oh, okay, octopi.
Makes sense. Makes more sense than going through a nasal cavity.
Yeah, at least you're not like fucking surfing on a river of lava or some shit like that.
Yeah.
No,
then you would have known you should have stayed home today.
How good would that be? You're just like, oh shit, I don't want to get out. And you look outside, there's a fucking volcano erupting. You're like, does this mean I don't have to go to class today?
Well, no, that's a day. That's a day in the life of Timmy Turner.
No. Day in the life of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, that's a day in the life of your average Pompeii person.
No, it's you wake up, you see, oh fuck. Day over.
Day over. Life over.
Did I come?
Civilization over.
Dude, I love in fucking Kid Icarus. You go to the. I love how all the missions in Kid Icarus basically go to this. The Underworld Army are here. We don't know why they're there. So we're just gonna go beat them up for God knows why. Like, literally, one mission is just like, oh, the Underworld Army, let's just have this volcano. Why are they at the volcano? God knows why.
Oh, dude, that's every episode of Power Rangers.
Yeah. But they're there. We know they're evil.
So let's beat them up.
And because there's no good reason for them to be there.
And then... It's like they go to the volcano and Pip's all like, they're there to steal lava. And now this, Jesus Christ, this is the only person I have on my team who's actually any good. I'm all fucking screwed.
Well,
and then I love this. Two things happen. Either A, you break the seed so that no one gets it. And then he's like, too bad, I'll just tell people that it's still there! Fucked! Or you don't break it, then he breaks it, and it's like, now it's broken! Now someone will think they're still it, and they'll fight over it! Now they're fucked!
Well, the job requirement was brawn, not brains.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw him at the end of the first game.
Yeah.
Super muscle man! Where did all those muscles go? He got cutified.
Mr. Sakurai. Have you ever seen pictures of that guy?
No.
Kind of fucking vampire. I love your work, sir, but you're a fucking vampire? You fucking de-aged?
Oh
like
god.
when he was in the 80s, he looked like he was like in his 50s, and now he looks like he's in his 30s. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's because
Maybe
he
he's
can.
a Benjamin
That's because he
Button.
can afford the Botox.
Probably. He's like some type of magic man. Maybe he can just make good video games and just live forever.
Oh god.
Let's just hope that happens to all right, Shigeru Miyamoto,
And then by extension, Reggie Fils-Aimé gets to live
And
forever.
Yuji
Only
Naka.
because of his rape face.
It also needs to happen to Yuji Naka.
I have no clue.
He's the guy who created Sonic.
Oh, dude.
He did the old Sonic games back when they were.
Dude, also, have you ever read his tweets?
I have not, unfortunately.
Hideo Kojima is like, has the weirdest fucking tweets, but it's so great. Like, he'll like be like, I decided to wear my glasses upside down today. And what he does is he goes and crappily photoshops his glasses upside down so his eyes are upside down.
You can just do a real picture of that in 5 seconds.
Well, the joke is that his eyes are upside down, and so when he wears his glasses upside down, his eyes are upside down.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny. And like, he's such a great guy. Like, he was on Mega 64, like playing Metal Gear Solid with them.
This is amazing.
Yeah, I hear Miyamoto has never beaten a single one of his games.
Oh, no doubt. He probably has a super gun. Well, I think Miyamoto's more like a. I'd like to really get inside his head, just because, like, he sees.
I want a game with drums.
Dude, like, that's how, like, Nintendo works. It's just like.
a game with a dinosaur.
Okay.
No. Now my idea is that Shigeru Miyamoto just has this little beanie on his head when he's walking through the thing. Then he just walks into his town. He's like, I want a game. I want some dinosaurs and a plumber and some mushrooms.
They were trying to get
Then
Yoshi
he
in.
walks out.
They've been trying to get Yoshi in since the first game, and they didn't get him in until Mario World.
No. I just want to imagine this just like this 5-year-old kid guy.
Yeah.
He's just like, I want some dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And then he moonwalks out of there.
Well, that's kind of what happened in number 3, like, all Miyamoto did during the production of it was draw pictures of Mario riding dinosaurs.
Yeah, and that's why we got the shoe.
Yeah, and, like, they were just like, guys, I swear, fucking dinosaurs, just give me my dinosaurs in my game. Which, to be honest, dinosaurs make every game better. Think of a game, right off the top of your head.
I hate dinosaurs today.
Well, how would that game be better? Dinosaurs. Alright, think of a game off the top of your head. Sonic with raptors? That sounds awesome!
They already did that.
What? They already have raptors in Sonic?
Yeah, Sonic and the Secret Ring. It was a dinosaur level.
Was it awesome?
I didn't play Secret Ring.
It was dino-rific, that's what it was.
I know that in Sonic 2...
No, I know a game that would be better with dinosaurs.
What?
Joe and Mac.
That game just gets better with dinosaurs.
It already has dinosaurs.
Just replace Joe and Mac with dinosaurs and make...
No, you know what that becomes then?
What?
Dinosity.
Dinosity!
Have they done dinosaurs in Zelda?
They fucking need They put dinosaurs in Zelda.
Dino Island. No, you know what game got worse with dinosaurs?
What?
Starfax Temperatures.
What the fuck is Starfax Temperatures?
Starfax Adventures.
Oh, Star Fox Adventures?
Oh, I played that one.
Oh, yeah, that game wasn't that great.
See? Dinosaurs don't always make things better.
Well, it wasn't even meant to be a Star Fox game.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
They just slapped the Star.
Dino Planet.
They just slapped the Star Fox logo on it.
Guncha General Scar.
It's like, are they speaking Star Wars?
Yes.
They're speaking Star Wars.
Wait, no, Star Wars. That's when you make up a fictional language with very little syntax and then randomly throw in names and titles in English.
I thought that was Klingon.
No, although technically in language you should keep the proper name. You're supposed to keep the proper names in the original language. That's why Jabba the Hutt goes Jumpata solo.
Okay, for those pro tip guys, if you ever want to do a Jabba the Hutt impression, and you want people to know that you're doing a Jabba the Hutt impression, just say a bunch of random shit, and then end it with solo, and then go, and everyone will know that you're doing a Jabba the Hutt impression.
Very much.
Yes. It's a little harder to do a Pizza the Hut impression, though.
You're delicious, boss!
I don't know that one. I don't know that reference.
You don't know?
You've never
watched-
seen Spaceballs?
Well, we're gonna.
Oh, I saw it once years
I
ago.
was gonna say we're gonna fucking stop this podcast right now. You're gonna fucking watch it, and we're gonna go back and say that you just watched it.
It's been forever since I've seen that.
But with that, I think
Yeah,
we are good.
Actually, here, I have a question.
Wait.
Okay.
Don't fucking end it. You're not keep cutting people off.
I'm not.
Um, Super Sonic is basically meant to be Super Saiyan 1. And it's called Super Sonic because Super Sonic speed.
Good night, everyone.
I'll get to it. And then SS2 is Hypersonic. Does that mean SS3 is Ludicrous Sonic?
Yes.
I think question of the day: is it Ludicrous Sonic?
I say it is. And then at the end of, and then at the beginning of the next episode, we're gonna have a picture of Ludacris's head photoshopped on Sonic's web.
I love that one picture where it's like a Ludacris and it's a cereal. All right, everyone. This has been Metawhirl Podcast episode 3.
No, you're supposed to be,
No, it's 4.
You're supposed to be
Is it
keeping
4?
track
No,
of
it's-
this crap.
No, it's 3.
Yeah, it's 3. It's
It's
3.
3. 2 was when we had the third guy on there.
Yeah.
And it was worse than the first. And now this one is deader than dead.
Better than that. I actually like that title.
So it's a ghost type.
Okay.
For the next episode, next week we're actually going to go back to school. We've actually been on break, so
Yeah. So our schedule is probably going to be a little weirder.
yeah. So expect an episode maybe like more along the lines of weekends or some shit like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So until next time, go and leave your asks in our Tumblr and be sure to talk to us about questions, give us your theories. Oh look, there's a phone.
No palms allowed.